All right, we're gonna go live here for a short little session. Basically, just kind of recapping, I guess, what South by Southwest was like day one, and what uh, what my what my thoughts are so far. I mean, I had a good experience at the AI Profit House in uh hosted by Chris and Lindsay. There it was really interesting. The event was for me a little bit in, I wasn't familiar with Chris and Lindsay and a few of the people too specifically. I mean, I think I had maybe seen their stuff around clips and content and whatnot, possibly on YouTube or somewhere around different people who were on the stage, and I appreciated the conversation. I think it's an interesting place we are in terms of conversation. Oh, hold on. Ooh, what is this? I don't need that. Know what that is. Skirt, skirt, skirt. Let's see here. I'm trying to get the chat back up. There it is. Uh and what I really am curious about is with the evolution of AI, I heard a lot of things, and I actually jumped on the podcast with them. Chris was who interviewed me and didn't really get into specifics on projects, but really talking about operations when it comes to AI. And what's interesting is with AI, people are starting to use AI, but they first start to use AI as consumer. They 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 try to figure out information that will help them, learn more about the thing that they like or something to do or something to create that is entertainment focused. It's something that doesn't yet have a commercial application to it. And then if over time people start to use chat to 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 help them out with their career, their business. I know we talked a lot about resumes and stuff like that, being one of the first things people use AI for, or writing papers, uh, or just making content. Thank you for the invitation, uh, to your program, I guess, is what, not sure what we're chatting about on Kick, or maybe that's Twitch. No, that's Kick. I don't know what you're talking about, but anyway, yeah, we discussed a lot of different things, especially with the consumer aspect of AI to the commercial aspect. And some of the highlights that evolved out of the conversation, um, talking about kind of derivative content and iterating on prompts and stuff like that. That was something I heard. I think strong takeaway, I think it was sort of a confirmation bias in a lot of ways. A lot of things I'm thinking about in terms of agentic when we talk about agent swarms, or we talk about advanced reasoning on basically, which means like AI goes out and thinks on a topic longer than just referencing the fastest topic that it can index from. So, definitely a lot of conversation around context windows. So, as compute gets larger, context windows will get larger. And as compute gets more efficient, obviously context windows will get larger. So more tokens, uh, more reasoning, more multi-step actions. These things are they're definitely gaining, uh, in efficiency, so that was really great. I had a chance to talk with some of the people who were more creative and content creators, touch base with them. A lot of content creators that showed up that really didn't have, like, a lot of AI implemented into their workflow yet, and so that was really valuable to kind of talk with those folks. Say, "Well, okay, so what were you thinking about AI? What motivated you to attend the event?" And some people just, stumbled into the event. Some people, uh, had some intention. Saw some people from the local networks and whatnot, and just in general online networks and such that, are familiar faces. That was good. And, yeah, it was a really great, event to attend in terms of AI to just be inspired in a lot of ways and connect with other people who are builders, or even if they're not builders yet, just having, people who are interested and and, intrigued, and even entertained by AI. We talked about, of course, the social component of AI, which, is big with, AI girlfriends, AI assistants, AI, uh, companions, etcetera, and, super good. I say super enough. I'll probably get banned for saying super, but, I really enjoyed it. I like the experience, and I think, the rest of the event for South by Southwest, I don't really have anything particularly scheduled for AI. I think I'm going to make the best of efforts to attend more creator-focused event stuff now, because I think that, it's a little bit more polished, a little bit more developed. We'll hear more structured conversations around specific things that can be done to get get traction in the creator economy. Uh, there's gonna definitely be a lot of conversation around AI and how it empowers creators, but I think that we're gonna be talking more about specifically different avenues of monetization and creativity, uh, especially when it comes to, like, applications and such that may be implementing AI, but more like, what can you do to be a better creator? Um, then, I think, I'll attend a gaming event at the very end, and I'm hoping to, s definitely talk to people who are developers and, geek culture, uh, in a commerce sense in general, e-commerce, what have you, but I've so far, with South by, I think, based on just what I saw, it seems that it gets a little bit it's with the convention center being closed, the overall vibe is a little bit, like, stretched out. Everything is because you have to, m you know, maneuver and navigate around now, high rises, and it's it's vastly different, It's not kind of it's not as centralized as it used to be, when it comes to the business side. In the more entertainment focused side, there's still a lot going on 6th Street. Uh, there's a lot of entertainment still in the rainy street. Um, so gradually, people will start to congregate and find their groups and who they hang with. especially if this is the first time for them. Talked with people who've been coming for 10 years, 20 years, 2 decades, uh, and there's a lot of I think of people just, like, having shared experiences and and growing, I think the reason why most people go to South by Southwest is to grow, uh, and there are those few out there that are, hyperscalers that are scaling, uh, uh, I seen in so far people from different attending from different, paths, I think, some people were, uh, awarded badges, some people were gifted badges, some people were, that are on a they're on a team that get them badges to the event, and, so they're coming from out of town and enjoying themselves, and just trying to figure out what events, whether they be official or unofficial, that will fit their interests. Oh, I think there's a little bit of a delay on our chat here, but, uh, again, um, it's been an insightful event so far, and I hope to go out tonight as well, potentially. I'm gonna chat with the family, brother, and whatnot, see what they're gonna do, um, and if if all makes sense, I'm gonna go out maybe later and see what's going on. Maybe not, we'll see. I didn't particularly find any events today, this is Friday, uh, specifically that I saw were too interesting. I didn't even find any music stuff that's too public that to go see. I think I'll just browse around a little bit more, maybe I can find the vibe, to go and catch the vibe because I think today is a vibe day. Is it are the vibes there as opposed to, like, the the strategy or the structure? Gotta cut or the logistics, the logic to it. It's probably heavily emotionally driven today. I don't know yet. Looking for it still. Hopefully, I'll catch it, what I'm looking for, or something that's interesting to me to go and get in the mix with. If not, we just wait till Saturday. Saturday is gonna be a big day, a lot of creator stuff, like I said, and, we vibe with the creators. Hopefully, we do vibe creating, because that's the I think the thing, it's like, you can be maxing, you gotta vibe code maxing. I'm vibe code maxing. That's, uh that's what's best about this thing. I don't do too much clout farming though, I guess, in a sense, like, I don't know yet what to collab with, to be honest. And I think in terms of breaking through when it comes to live or podcast or vlogging, like, strategy is important. I mean, I was chit-chatting with the producer for the podcast at the AI Profit House, and, we were actually talking about the, fighting community and, boxing, and I'm not talking about the fighting community in gaming. I'm talking about the real life, fighting community. They, talking about the upcoming fight between Ronda Rousey and I think it's Gina Carano or whatever it is. and on Netflix talking about UFC Freedom 250. Um, and just overall, like what what the world is like and what creativity and content feels like, looks like, means to be. These things, we're working on it. We're trying to figure things out. What does it mean for us, the people that I'm involved with, my team, my associates, my collaborators, our collaborators? Uh, I mean, I watch for good content. I don't always see good content, right? A lot of it is realistically, and even in my case, unpolished content, not always the greatest, or good. Could be fair, you know. Oh, it's content. That's sort of how I think things are now. Is there really bad content? I mean, there is like morally maybe bad content, but in terms of like low quality meaning bad, I don't think people know if that's the case. I think people realize that you the low quality content is often the video that gets the most attention. It's not always the content that's super polished that gets the engagement, that gets the attention. Um, so yeah, I mean it's either you're doing or you're not doing. So even if you're trying, you're going to be, doing something more than someone who's not trying or doing, you know. In terms of anything else that's on the docket here, uh, platform wise, still interested in Kick and Twitch and I'll just talk about this. I guess is like I plan next month to get out to some events and then plan to get out again in May. Not 100% locked in yet, but I'm planning on it, strategizing about it. I'd say I'm more strategizing about it than planning on it. Strategizing, I'm looking at, plane tickets, looking at hotel locations. I don't like the costs right now. I don't like the economy as it is, and I know I don't really wanna get into it too much on the political side, but just like the cost of, the cost of participation, right? The cost of participation, the cost of living, the cost of what else? Inspiration, I guess, the cost of motivation. Like, that's why the digital world, I think, draws a lot of people in because the cost of an internet service or cellular service to call someone, to DM someone, to post a piece of content, anything digital is vastly cheaper than going and attending an event in person and trying to get your name out there. Because at the end of the day, the digital age is here and has been here for years, whether people like it or not. People still wanna be human. People wanna connect, but nobody knows what to charge. They either overcharge or they undercharge, they over-index or they under-index on the thing, which leads to negative experiences and negative balances, and, you know, I just I'm gonna do my best to just try to get my balance right, energy balance right, vibe balance right, content balance right. I think, because I'll eventually I think maybe I'll over make content. I don't know if that's actually a thing, but I'm gonna do my best at least. I'm gonna try, to just consistently make content and publish stuff. So, I appreciate everybody who has been engaging with the clips lately. Uh, Definitely motivates me to continue to just get out there and talk about creativity and and hopefully motivate others to get out there and create content as well for those who don't really have much to say. And so, hopefully you just recognize that your lived experience will motivate somebody who's younger or older or same generation based on, what you've been going through. Tell your story and get your story out there, because in the future, the computers will appreciate individual stories in the same way that we appreciate computer stories. It's true. I mean, if you think about anything that is of the 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 fictional world, right? And to be honest, AI and computers is fictional. It's a fictional world. This concept of, you know, AI girlfriends, uh, AI virtual assistants, all of that stuff is a fictional world using real world context. It's not too many times that we really get something that's so out of this world. A lot of that comes through anime, or it comes through, monster movies, or it comes through, you know, superheroes, or, those things. So what happens when those things start to, appreciate the authenticity or the raw or the organic aspect of our reality, right? Their reality, and they start to recognize how we depict ourselves in their reality, and it recognizes ours. We'll see. I don't know. The answer's 42, you know? Kanye, "You don't have the answer, Sway." Memification. Uh, we'll work to do our best to get in and make our mark. Maybe it's not in history, maybe it's in fiction. We'll do our best. We'll continue to work on the different projects that we do, whether it be Trent Knox as a personal brand, or it be Esports Business Network as a industry brand, or Cyber City Media as an agency brand. We just continue to try to innovate and, accumulate possibilities. Working on let me actually see this real quick. Where save profile, save current settings as a profile. Okay, that's a thing. I didn't even know that. Let me double check that. Put this down real quickly so I can look at this and then I'll sign off here in a minute. Let's see. You got to scroll. Some Spotify stuff, ticker stuff, user map, OBS, chat bot configure. Oh, profiles. Here we go. Save this profile as boom. Press OK. Bam. Oh, sweet. And then you can switch between the profiles. I see. Okay, sweet. So then I'll have to connect to client profiles and manage all that. But yeah, I appreciate everyone who's been tuning in. Again, all things on TrentKnox.com. See all the different projects that I just mentioned. And until next time, I hope you guys are doing well, you're building, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.